what's so crazy is you grew up maybe in like the Magic and the Jordan era, right? And you didn't have, there wasn't too much controversy around race, right? And so now we've got the perfect platform, and it's so much about race. Could you imagine Jordan or Magic being in this period? The one thing I appreciate about this brother more than anything is that he's standing up more than any other athlete with the exception of Muhammad Ali or maybe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now think of that gap, right? And so you're talking about the 60s now all the way to 2020. So LeBron James is putting Donald Trump on blast. He's putting the Republican Party on blast. He's putting people who aren't voting on blast. And he's been vocal about brother Colin Kaepernick, right? And so being able to appreciate that. So now is this huge culmination of everything between race and coronavirus. And as I said in my last podcast, the pot is finally boiled over. So I just want to touch on a few topics, and we're going to bounce back and forth.
Okay.
Our Democratic candidate is Joe Biden. One, please let me know how you feel about Joe Biden. Two, do you think his vice presidential pick should be a black woman?
So we're all in this day and age of Donald Trump.
Right. I like to call him Donald Trump.
Okay. So there are folks who love him and there's folks who hate him. Right?
I don't know how you can love that man, but sure.
For those of us who don't like him, and why don't we like him? I mean, I've always said to people, I was born a liberal. I'm going to be a liberal. So I have no problem with dealing with conservatives. So you have Democrats, you have Republicans. I have no problem if you're that. But what Donald Trump is he's something different. Right. And if folks don't understand the way he is so divisive, if folks don't understand the way and especially during this time, and the voices are out there, we're talking about racism, systemic racism. He's a product of it, and he continues to sustain that.
Right. A lot of people don't know his grandfather was in the Ku Klux Klan.
Exactly. So how could he be different?
Right.
Right. So when we talk about Biden, right? Biden, I'll take Biden over Trump.
Okay.
I'll take Biden over Trump.
And I was a big Biden supporter. Side note, let's get a sidebar in here real quick. Who would you wish won the nomination?
So I was looking for a little bit of change.
Okay.
I liked Elizabeth Warren. I liked her, the way she thought about things. She was very methodic. She had a plan for everything. She had a plan for everything. And I'll tell you, I like the young man from Ohio, the mayor.
The mayor of Ohio, not the mayor.
Not Ohio. I'm sorry. Of Ann Arbor. Of Michigan.
The mayor, you're losing me. The brother of Michigan.
No,
Pete Buttigieg. Yeah, Indiana. Yeah, South Bend.
My bad. South Bend.
Y'all caught me on a Freudian slip, man. You caught me slipping.
Yeah. My bad. But I wanted somebody that's going to think. So too often are we so brainwashed. I mean,
right.
Television will tell you this, and a friend used to call it television, right? And we just listen to it, right? So here we have some great candidates, but because they do this, because I can't worry about what's in anybody's life, a personal life. I'm looking for what's best for the country, right?
Right.
And we need people who can think, right? We're so used to, the same old, right? I mean, only in America, or should I say only in politics, do we pick people that corporate America would be retiring to be our president, right or wrong?
That's
I mean, that's the craziest thing in the world.
That's right.
And I'm not trying to go against age, right?
Right.
But what I'm trying to do is connect generations, right? So, as you know me, I said, hey, I like to pass the baton, right?
Okay.
Pass the baton is understanding what's coming next. So
right.
Technology, all these changes, folks like me, I'm used to the way it was before.
So I'm gonna be a little bit confrontational here.
Okay.
Elizabeth Warren used to be a Republican.
Yep.
Pete Buttigieg fired the black police chief.
Right.
And he fired the black fire chief.
Right.
Would that have had any impact on the way you voted if they were all still in the race now?
I would have to look at the bigger picture, Mike. I would sincerely have, because sometimes we make statements based on not understanding what the background was, right?
Right.
And being a leader, I mean, we talked about this before. Barack Obama had to represent everybody.
That's right.
He came into the presidency. We as black folks said, all right, finally we're gonna have somebody to
we thought we was getting 40 acres and a mule back.
Exactly. And so it's very
right.
difficult to determine why people made the decisions they made, right? So I was looking for someone that was a thinker. That was most important to me. I wasn't looking for someone. And they went against the grain, right? So for a little bit, people to just kind of play close and played it safe.
Right.
But Elizabeth Warren, she went against the grain. And who says that going with the grain is right?
That's
so
true.
I wanted somebody that was going to think and say something different. But unfortunately, we have so many people that are used to being told, used to not thinking, used to say letting the media dictate. I'm going to tell you the truth. We knew but Joe Biden, or at least I knew Joe Biden was going to be the pick, because from the very beginning, news sources that I was looking at, they were talking about Biden. So television, they're telling us what's going to happen. Right. And so that's my position. So now that we have Biden, I'm looking forward to Biden making some, winning and making some changes. But, we have to do our work. You always talk about local. You always talk about, being in the streets. That's what we have to do, because we cannot rely on anybody to do it for us. So, and it hasn't happened this long, and it's not going to happen anytime soon.